Okay. I am gonna leave the VC because I'm commentating. Anyone else who would like to join me in my commentary?
Me and Ron probably should talk about
Oh,
uh
actually,
team
yeah, wait.
training
Pebble,
times.
Pebble and Lime. Let me know when you guys started up so I can start spectating it from the beginning of the battle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm done.
What's your username?
I didn't think this through because yeah, I really should have just said no, not today. But I wanted to be
Oh,
absolute legend and do it.
whoa.
I didn't
Hold up,
even
I'll
look
be
at
back,
your
guys.
team. I didn't even look at your team to see what you brought in. But I'm ready. So what's your name on
Lambo King, capital L, capital K.
Let me share it in the
uh?
Discord.
Wait. Mark, how do I add a friend again?
You have to
You
you have
could
to
just
find a
so
user.
yeah, you gotta go down, click find a user, and type in his username.
Uh,
And then before you challenge me, uh send a friend request.
wait, what's your name again? Or is it typed?
Lambo King, capital L, capital K. The
Uh,
OT gamer tag, bro.
Lambo. Can you respell it again? I wasn't listening.
LAMBO KING, capital L, capital K.
Okay.
All right.
Lambo.
I
Open.
am out of here. You
Open.
guys let me
Add
know when it
friend.
starts up.
Okay. Did you get?
All right. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna watch a legendary showdown. We're doing a Pokemon VGC Draft League. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm really, really, really excited. Oh, hold on. What the fuck is happening? Is this happening on my stream? Okay, and we're back. Oh, okay. My computer was just being weird. Um, so I think I'm waiting for them to let me know that they're ready to go here. So, okay. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm really excited for this. Really excited to see what happens. It's gonna be a good set, I think. Um, Spectators are allowed. All right. Um, okay. So we're here. Um, this is game one. We got some interesting teams here today. Um, so let's get going here. Um, all right. So looking at these teams, we've got some interesting ideas coming from both of these folks. We got Pebble coming out with a Zacian Crown team. Um, he's got Zacian Crown, Raging Bolts, Golden Go, Suicune, Gardevoir, Armor Rouge. Um, Kind of an interesting combination. You kind of have two modes that you could go here. You could go Trick Room with Armor Rouge or Gardevoir, um, and and maybe like use like I don't know. Maybe you could go like Trick Room with like Armor Rouge, Gardevoir, Suicune, and then have like Zacian or Golden Go in the back. Um, as like a Trick Room team, or you could go for like a more of a Tailwind variation. Okay, this is such an interesting lead. We've got Suicune and Gardevoir. I don't know what his plan is. He has both of them out, so I guess we're gonna find out. We took a look at this team sheets here. This Gardevoir does have Trick Room and has Light Screen, Reflect, and Knock Off. So honestly, pretty solid set here. I think the Gardevoir is here to just to provide screens, and kind of do that. And then weakness policy on the Armarouge. Interesting. So we're gonna see Tailwind and Light Screen, into Moongeist Beam and Trick Room. So Lime kind of coming out here, kind of screaming out ahead. Just got some good damage on the Gardevoir. It was a good call to go for the Light Screen though, because now you kind of have to figure out like, okay, I am in Tailwind, but Trick Room is also up. How do I position myself to get around this Trick Room? Because it's going to be up for another 4 turns. You also have Light Screen up for 4 turns, so you're not really too worried about the Lunala, but you also want to kind of save your more key attacking pieces. I think because we saw Talon, we're probably going to see Golden Go and Zacian Crowned, just to protect from Lunala, to scout out what he's going to do. Reflect and Snarl. Interesting. So the Snarl coming down on Dusclops doesn't really matter. His damage is going to be very consistent with that Nightshade. But I think Pebble really wants to get that Snarl down on the Lunala. So good protect from Lime. We'll see how he can respond. He's kind of just waiting out this Light Screen, so I think his priority is to make sure that he takes out the Gardevoir. But you also don't want to forget about what he could possibly have in the back. The Lunala could be pretty bad for the Armarouge. We don't know how the Armarouge is invested. It's probably going to be pretty bulky, but I'm not sure if it's on the special side. So we're just doubling into the Suicune. The Suicune is going to Citrus Berry, and we're going to knock off the Eviolite on Dusclops. And into Icy Wind. Interesting choice from the Suicune. I don't know if that's exactly what you want, because Tailwind's going to be ending here. They're still going to underspeed you. You are behind both screens, though, so I'm not sure what the plan is. I don't think that Lime is going to think about switching out anytime soon. The problem about Pebble's position is he doesn't have any offensive presence. Oh, but here comes the Moongeist Beam. He dies through Light Screen. That's insane. Lunala had Power Herb and it's gone. But Pebble just immediately loses his Golden Go, switching into the Moongeist Beam. Wow, what a knockout. I did not see that coming. I kind of figured the Golden Go was in the back. Kind of unfortunate that you lose the Golden Go there. But now we still have Light Screen for one last turn. I don't know who you want to target down with Zacian. Pebble, let's see. Does the Dusclops have Protect? It doesn't have Protect. It has Pain Slit and Will-O-Wisp. So I think what we're going to see here from Lime is a Will-O-Wisp down into the Zacian, and probably maybe a Protect on Lunala's side. Maybe just go for straight damage on the Gardevoir. Because I think with the Will-O-Wisp you can kind of ignore the Zacian. We'll see. He's just going for another knockoff. And going for the Behemoth Blade into Lunala. Dusclops goes for Trick Room and removes his own Trick Room. Oh. Okay. And we still have Light Screen for another 3 turns, Reflect for another turn here on Pebble's side, but I guess that's Lime's Lunala down. And Behemoth Blade's just going to take the one-hit KO on the Enamorus. Pebble's just going to keep trying to knock off on that Dusclops. Trick Room is back up, but now we have Indeedee. I don't know how Lime wins this. I just don't think that he has... I don't think Indeedee Male has the offense needed, but we'll see. Because the Indeedee Male does have Dazzling Gleam, Expanding Force, Trick, and Energy Ball. Nothing really particularly strong, but that Expanding Force is going to do some good damage. Unfortunately, Pebble is still protected by Light Screen. I do kind of like this idea. You're trying to do a lot, but you go for a Tailwind and you get screens up and you kind of just let Zacian sweep, which I kind of like. Honestly, I'm honestly not too down for that, or too bad. Not too upset about that. And I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to happen here. The first Terra and it immediately goes down. Pebble wins this game. Incredible. I did not see that coming at all. I think a lot of misplays happened from both sides. I really would have loved to see the Will-O-Wisp come out onto the Zacian, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in this game, game 2. Hopefully, I don't know what to expect. They're doing this really soon. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see this. I just saw this. Yeah, I honestly this set is going to deliver, I fear. I wonder if we're going to. Oh, it's not playing. I wonder if we're gonna bring the Pichu to this battle. Looks like we're starting off with Indeedee Dusclops. Pebble is sticking with his lead of Gardevoir Suicune. Interesting. I wonder if we're gonna see the same kind of opener from Pebble that we saw in that first game 1. Now, I think the biggest and most important piece on Lime's team is that Dusclops. It's the only thing that's really going to keep the Zacian in check, and it also has the Trick Room. So his goal is going to be to keep it up. But yeah, we did start with Tailwind and Light Screen here. Kind of ill-advised, considering your opponent has Trick Room and they're going to get it up. But I guess we're just going to ball here. Big Energy Ball coming down to the Suicune. It's going to Citrus Berry up. And we're going to get the Reflect and a Snarl down. It's super effective onto both Pokemon, and it's going to lower their special attack. So, okay, Indeedee actually has the eject button. How interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I wonder, that's good. Good for him, because you don't really want Indeedee in on that position. I think the Enamorus will be able to do more. But man, this Gardevoir's kind of been a thorn in Lime's side. Going for the Nightshade. He's really trying to take it down, and there goes the Gardevoir. Pebble is just going to keep spamming Snarl. It doesn't really matter. Dusclops is not taking too much damage. Here comes the Zacian Crown, though. And yeah, I really hope that Lime brought an answer to this, because honestly, I'm not sure if Dusclops on its own is going to be enough to curb it, but we'll see. We'll see if he goes for the Will-O-Wisp this time. Because if he does, I think this game becomes, goes a very, very different direction than game 1 does. If he doesn't, and Pebble takes out the Dusclops, it'll be a bad game. Keeps going for the Nightshade. Goes for Icy Wind to slow down the Lunala in Trick Room. And he goes for the Behemoth Blade. Does 77%. And Tailwind is gone. But Lime still has the speed advantage. So we'll see what happens here. I think Dusclops will be going first. And then Lunala. So does Lime have enough damage to deal with a Zacian? If I'm Pebble, I'm probably going for Protect here. I'm probably protecting. But I think what I suspect is that Pebble is going to be... I suspect Pebble's going to be aggressive, and he's just going to go for the Lunala, which honestly is a fine play. Because if you have Golden Go in the back, okay, there's the Will-O-Wisp. It finally comes down, but I think it's too little too late. There's the Moonguy's Beam. He's going for another Tailwind. There's the Behemoth's Blade. It'll take him out. It might be too little too late. Depends on what we have in the back here. I hope we have Golden Go again. This might be a 2-0 for Pebble. which I don't. Maybe I'm making it sound like an upset. That's because it is. We have Tailwind back up again. If Pebble can take down the Dusclops before it gets Trick Room again, this could be over. But Pebble was just focusing on the Enamorus. I think he picked the wrong move there. Should have gone for Icy Wind if you're trying to get a KO onto Enamorus, but pulling down that special attack isn't horrible by any means. I mean, I think that's how that Zacian survived the Mystical Fire. I mean, you got the special attack drop and the light screen. Zacian's just going to live. Dusclops can't win on its own. So we'll see here. Scald into Dusclops. Pebble doesn't kill the Enamorus. I think this might be how Lime wins. We have one more turn of light screen. If he can't kill the Golden Go this turn, then Lime loses. Pebble needs to go for the Enamorus. That's how he loses. Mystical Fire, it doesn't kill, but he drops a special attack. Scald into the Enamorus, he kills it. Shadow Ball does tons of damage. It's over. This set is over. Pebble wins. Oh, wait, I forgot he has Ndidi in the back. Hold on. This isn't over just yet. I completely forgot about Ndidi in the back. I don't know if Ndidi has the damage. This might come down to a Suicune versus Dusclops. There's a Psychic type. Nightshade takes down the Golden Go. There's a Snarl. Expanding Force takes it. We're going to a game 3. Wow. That was honestly pretty tight. I think if Pebble had made the right choice to go for like Icy Wind and take down the Enamorus, he could have easily won. He could have won right there. I think that was probably the key moment. But I guess we'll see what happens here in this game 3. Wow, what an incredible set it's been so far. I mean, it's just been really, really good. Both players playing well, making some mistakes. It's been a lot of back and forth. So really exciting stuff. We'll see what changes up this game. I think both players kind of went with the same squad of 4. Lime changed up his lead. But yeah, I'm going to stop doing my stream of consciousness. I'm going to breathe for a second because my mouth is kind of hurting. Here we go. So if I'm Pebble here, I honestly think the Gardevoir Suicune lead goes kind of crazy because he has nothing that can like really threaten a KO immediately onto either of those 2 Pokemon. Like maybe he brings Iron Valiant and like Enamorus, but even then I don't think that those combination are really going to do anything. So yeah, I do actually agree with sticking with your guns. And we're going with the Ndidi Cyclops lead. Okay, or Dusclops lead, sorry. So, will Pebble go for a 3rd Tailwind? I really hope he doesn't. There's the Expanding Force immediately. He goes for Tailwind. Oh, God. Knocks off the Eviolite, though. So, doesn't go for an immediate Light Screen that might come back to bite him. I don't like these Tailwinds. I'm going to say it. Because if there was no Tailwind, there would be a chance that his Gardevoir could underspeed and move first in Trick Room. But because he keeps going for it, okay, now there's the Zacian Crown. Nightshade into Gardevoir, Expanding Force into the Zacian. It's going to take it pretty nicely. Knock off into the Ndidi to knock off the eject button. So he's not going to escape very easily. I don't know if Pebble knows what Trick Room does, but he's in kind of a bad position because he's going to take a lot of damage on his Zacian here. There's kind of no way to really prevent that. Gardevoir going for the Dark-type Terra. Oh! And he's immune to the Expanding Force. Wait! Behemoth Blade to the Dusclops. It takes it out! Pebble with a 2-Pokemon lead! Oh my goodness! What a play from Pebble! I was not expecting this at all. Maybe I need to check my VGC mind. Honestly, I don't know if I like this position as Pebble still. I think I'm protecting here. Cause you get Earth Power to Zacian and Moonguy's Beam. It's now 2-2, but Lime still has two of his strongest pieces for two of Pebble's strongest pieces, and his Suicune is still pretty weak. There is no Trick Room, and he brought Raging Bolt. Oh, he brought Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt has to protect here, right? He's got Thunderclap, so he could maybe Thunderclap into the Enamorus and take it out, because it doesn't have Protect, it has Choice Specs. So, if you Thunderclap into the Enamorus and it dies, you could possibly win, but that's Earth Power. Thunderbolt takes it out, but I don't think you can win. Moonguy's Beam into the Suicune. Citrus Berry. Snarl into the Lunala. Wait, there's a chance. There's a chance. Okay, you have to Tailwind here as Suicune. You need the speed advantage. You might have it anyways. You might want to actually just go for Snarl, but if you want to be safe, Tailwind into Thunderclap would be, I think, the best decision here. The Lunala does have Trick Room itself, so let's see. Thunderclap and Snarl. Okay, Pebble actually could win this. Does Raging Bolt die? It does, but I don't think it matters. I think Suicune can lock it up here. There's a Terra Psychic and Protect. Oh, he didn't change his Terra. He's just stalling it out. He's just clicking Snarl. Just click Snarl. And you win. Meteor Beam. Will it kill? Oh, it does nothing. It doesn't do enough. Oh my god. There's Protect. And it looks like this is going to Pebble. Congratulations, Pebble. We're going to join the VC.
Dude, that went to
Wow.
last Pokemon, and that's the first fucking thing of the season.
What a crazy win. Oh my goodness. Pebble, I did
Dude,
not think you were going to pull that out.
Neither was I, because I made the Goldango to the Raging Bolt switch, not think, okay, I didn't look at team sheets. That was my fault. I didn't see an Earth, like, a ground move. I was like, fuck. It
Pebble,
fucked up, like,
Pebble.
half my Pokemon.
What were you thinking after game one?
That my Gardevoir build kind of last second was honestly really good with the strategy I had with it.
Yeah, I mean, what made you think of the like Suicune Gardevoir lead?
Tailwind and also to set up screens because the Gardevoir had light clay with both light screen and reflect.
Yeah, it seemed pretty good. Like it seemed like he didn't realize.
And knockoff.
Knockoff kind of carried you, I'm not gonna lie.
The knockoff was very strong.
Knockoff
Especially-
saved my ass.
Especially
I'm so
in game
glad I got
3.
knocked out. Yeah.
Like getting the knockoff on the Dusclops, I don't know if you win that without knocking off the Dusclops.
Is it with Crocodile or Weavile?
Gardevoir.
Wait, Gardevoir has knockoff?
Yes.
Pebble,
It was
Pebble,
just
Pebble,
the
Pebble.
first- With a support mon.
Game 2.
That's kind of funny.
Pebble, game 2, there was a turn where instead of using Icy Wind, you went for a Snarl. Why'd you go for Snarl?
I don't even remember. I had to watch.
It was
watch
your Zacian and your Suicune against his Enamorus at full health and his Dusclops.
Drew, I don't know why I didn't use Icy Wind.
Well, because it seemed like your strategy was to just kill his like offensive mons and then
Yeah, it was
and
just
then kill the like Dusclops.
mid game. I was trying to figure out if like knockoff was the best play for a lot of them, but I found like a lot of the Pokemon he brought was weak to knockoff. So just like knockoff to just get the super effective and get the items off really worked. It's just like the only Pokemon you had, Noah, that wasn't weak to dark is Pichu, unless Pichu's magically a fairy type too.
Yeah,
Pebble,
he
Pebble,
is.
Pebble.
What?
Why did you use Tailwind turn 1 of every game if you knew he was gonna Trick Room?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Do
probably
you
why I got fucked.
do you realize? Well, it could have been a lot easier for you if you didn't Tailwind, but do you realize that when
True,
you
yeah.
Tailwind and he Trick Rooms, you're just making yourself slower?
I didn't realize that the tailwind got carried with the trick room, so now I know for next time to not tailwind if I plan the trick room.
Yeah, the way the Tailwind works in Scarlet and Violet, as soon as it's used, your other Pokemon gets the speed boost. Um,
True. Yeah, and then trick room switches all of that, so his
yeah.
ally Pokemon gets. Okay, that makes sense because to be completely honest, this was the actual first time actually playing VGC, and I somehow got carried by fucking Gardevoir, dude. That
Uh,
Gardevoir carried me.
The Gardevoir was a crazy pick. What would you have to say to your opponent now that you've beaten him?
G fucking G's, dude.
There you have
Yeah.
it.
GG. GG.
Match 1 of the
I really
GBT
thought I was
Draft
going
League going
for
to
a.
Pebble in spectacular fashion. I think
I really
this
thought I was
bodes
gonna
well for the
throw.
rest of the season. I'm gonna end stream here. This was a great match, everyone. Have a good night and